happens that in 10 years when we are sitting here, we have an implant in our brains, and I can immediately feel, because you all will have implants, and we measure your brain waves, and I can immediately tell you how the people react, or I can feel how the people react to your answers. Is it imaginable? But I want to be one of the...
Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, before we begin, we like to give all glory, all praise, all honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Makar Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of great soul, for pushing this doctrine in all sincerity and in truth, and for giving us this doctrine in all sincerity and in truth. As always, we say Shalom to the elect.
Shalom to the elect.
Alright, these two brothers here,
Mayasha Allah, Hanan,
and Isaiah. And we like to get into tonight is the part 2 to a video we did earlier on, right? The evolution of humanity, right? The first part we discussed, right? We went into Esau, science, and how humans have evolved, right? The carry us back to 6 to 4 million years ago, and we start from some species of homonym, right? Which is that came from our so-called ancestors, chimpanzee, monkeys, and the bonobos, monkeys as well, right? We discussed how that was a fallacy, but we wanted to get into next is this question I asked here, right? Let's see. I said, how would human beings likely evolve next, right? So tapping into Esau science, right? How does he see fit for humanity to evolve next, right? Because in the first video, right, how we explain or break down that the reason they're saying these human evolutions just take so long is due to circumstances, right? So environmental circumstances, you need to survive, right? The need for our immune system to become stronger, the need for it to not be as strong with the advancement of medicine, etc., etc. So they could base the fact that we taking so long to evolve on the fact that medicine involved, technology involved, engineering involved, the industrial revolution here, etc., etc. So we don't need to evolve as much, or the fact that human evolution usually takes millions to hundreds of thousands of years. So the next time humans evolve, we won't likely see it, right? Just more bullshit and propaganda to propagate the pseudoscience, right? But as we break down, right, that could never take place according to the scriptures. That was never documented and could never happen, right? So we accurately break down what that was speaking about, and we wanted to go into here now.
So like we also have what? You have also proven the fallacy of the human evolution theory that Esau likes to bring using his science through the actual theory, and it's not theory, it's a fact, that is documented biblical historical proof as to where humans actually do come from. Make it go ahead.
Right. So, given all them facts, all them information, I asked Chad Salakia, Gemini, right? How would human beings likely evolve next? What would, according to artificial idumia, right? How would human beings likely evolve next? What does Esau think is going to happen next, right? So I said the answer they give is the question of how humans will evolve, which we know how they intend for humanity to evolve next is what? Carl Shaw no speak about it. Imagine, right? You microchip this one and you microchip that one, and you're able to communicate telepathically. They want to go for the cyborg route. If you ever see the Justice League, right? And you notice a member of the Justice League being cyborg, half Jake, half robot. That is what they want humanity to reach next, right? Via the MOTB microchip, we will bring out that precept as we always do, right? It says the question of how humans will evolve next is a subject of intense scientific debate, right? The consensus is that human evolution is not over. In fact, in some ways, it is happening faster than ever. So now, based on the last time humans would have evolved, right, they're saying this next evolution could come faster, right? Because what technology involved, science involved, right? Science wasn't involved in the other human evolutions, right? Or so like this level of science wasn't involved in the other human evolution, which science just go back to what? To know, knowledge. So this level of knowledge, right, was not in
Also, like not just the level of knowledge, but the interpretation of how they the knowledge they have, how they're using it. Because it's not just about the level of knowledge in it. Solomon had wisdom and the elements. So, but Yahweh had power to literally multiply loaves of bread and Esau could try and do his pseudoscience or his pseudo miracle. He could 3D print food. These
you
kind
could
of
say
things.
like you could get a precept and knowledge of wickedness is not
Wisdom, right? So it's not just about the level of knowledge available and it was always there, in it, but it's the use of it now. It's a wicked man using it. You got it?
right. So you get this here. It says, in fact, in some ways it is happening faster than ever, but the pressures driving it have fundamentally changed. So what are driving before? Right, they need to survive. You need for immune system to develop. Right, survival tactics, etc., etc. We no longer faced with them kind of, how you say,
Day-to-day struggles to live.
right. Because food easily access. Before you can go in a market and get food, now everybody could go to a market and get food, and you could have. You could buy the same food. If you like chicken breast, you could buy we in Trinidad call it a pack of mixed parts. Right, it's a slice of chicken breast with a wing, maybe a leg, a drumstick. Right, you could buy that every day for the year if you want it. Literally, that is how far these guys have gone to producing animals and all these things for you to eat. To the point where as your brother make mention, I 3D print, we believe it's even fake. Right? It's even to the point where it's even fake. Or if it is so-called real, the process is sped up. Right? So a chicken can lay an egg today and that chicken ready to eat in 3 months. That is unnatural. Right? Right.
In Genesis 4 and in Genesis 4 and 11, and now thou art cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shall thou be in the earth. And in the case of Esau right now, because we know Cain is just Esau's forefather. Esau is Cain in the reincarnation. The reason all of these meats and all of these food that have to get 3D printed because the earth not using for to strengthen. That scripture, I believe it's in Exodus. What are the first 5 books where it say 2 men had to carry a cluster of grapes?
Right.
Imagine how big that grape, huh?
And numbers when the 2 spies went to spy the land.
Can.
And they went to see whether or not the land was good and suitable for the nation and itself. Right. When they bring back a cluster of grapes, 2 men had to carry it. So that's how big and nice grapes was. Captain even make mention, right? The Zabok, Zaboka, we they say locally, but for the foreign brothers watching is avocados, as the brother now say, right? He said it was far bigger than there was now. Right? If you go to the market now, it's African. If you could compare the size to something, nah.
Always in the
current size, yeah.
Or the current size.
Like probably
about a key. A pineapple, now in my pineapple, like half a pineapple.
Half a pineapple, let me say that. You get an avocado now, half a pineapple, but in the captain time, right, when he was young, I could probably get an avocado the size of a pineapple.
Even when I use better.
So like yeah, even I when I travel to go down the road to go and fish, right? At the sparsy markets and the stores on the road, I see the pineapples and I'm getting 3 pineapples, and the size of the pineapple is about this. Right? If I could make it's about 8 inches if you go a ruler length, right? The edible part of the pineapple minus the green top
And the core.
and the core. No, you can
thing.
minus the top of the pineapple, the green top, right? That is about 8 inches tall. 3 others again for 20 years, but that look at that. That's not pineapples when we was younger. Pineapples when we bring home pineapple seeds, it's big pineapples we eating.
Not just that, but I tell this back in the day, and you used to pick off tamban tree and thing, and tamban used to be falling to the ground. It used to be one tamban or tamarind, as the foreign brothers might know it as, used to be the size about 2 of your fingers, if not 3.
now it's less than one finger. And inside it, and you're getting much I can't remember what it was called. So you call it flesh, the tamarind flesh, and again much of that anyway. And I become Esau in charge. What do we call it? I can't remember that scripture. Would the Lord say you will destroy him that destroys the earth? That next reason why the earth not for to strengthen him. Because he's going against his natural. Yeah, me get that. Which you could look up Maccabees, First Maccabees 3, I believe it is. Look up natural selection. Because they're now talking about that here. It says, and continuing, it says natural selection, the classic driver of evolution, is now complemented and in some cases overshadowed by what modern technology, things you know mentioned, modern technology, medicine, and global connectivity. The future of human evolution is therefore a complex interplay between biology, culture, and technology, which technology aims to be the forefront of that. Right? Biology will take a backseat because before it was biologically driven, right? When we discuss the evolution of the Homo sapiens, right, all of them was, according to Esau, were dwelling in Africa at one time and they migrated throughout the earth. And wherever they migrated at, the body would have had to accommodate or adapt to the environment they was in. So if you go to Eurasia, they grow here, get paler skin if they stay on the African continent, right, the skin would have to stay dark, lips big, right, face more rounded, right? Nose big, why? Because the air hotter in Africa, so you need bigger nostrils, so the hotter air, right? Your skin would have had to be darker because the climate hotter in Africa, so the sun don't beat you down and kill you. You need the melanin to absorb that, etc. Bullshit upon bullshit, right? Right, bullshit upon bullshit, right? So now, the biology was the forefront of the human evolution before, right? So that's how they could have pushed and propagate the thing now. The so-called black man is 3/5 of a man, and the white man is biologically superior. Now they're gonna go to the back seat, right? For what? Because they aim to what? By how we say technologically advance everybody. Enhance everybody. Right?
So they look into cheap natural selection. That's something here for you.
Yeah.
Natural selection, I just typed them words in Gemini and they were AI given. Natural selection is a process by which organisms that are better adapted to the environment tend to survive and produce more offspring than those that are not. It is a central mechanism of evolution. So I'm saying natural selection is like the backbone of evolution, right? It's the core principle of it. And it was famously described by Charles Darwin in his book On the Origin of Species. The concept can be broken down into a few key principles. Variation. All individuals within a species have natural variations in their traits. Their differences can be in size, color, speed, ability to resist disease, and countless other characteristics. This variation is a raw material for natural selection. Inheritance. Many of these variations, like a size, a speed, these things, are heritable, meaning they are passed down from, well, they say heritable, but I know the word is hereditary, meaning they are passed down from parents to their offspring through genes. Differential survival and reproduction in any given environment. There are limited resources and competition for survival. Not all individuals will live to reproduce, and some will be more successful at it than others, Jacob. The organisms with traits that are better suited to the environment, example, better camouflage, greater speed, stronger immune systems, are more likely to survive, find mates, and have more offspring. Adaptation and change over time. So that?
I could preach a third of them.
Right. Go ahead.
And first Maccabees, second Maccabees 5:19. Nevertheless, power did not choose the people for the place's sake, but the place for the people's sake. So, depending on ways in the planet, if you're an Israelite, depending on ways in the planet. If it's an Israelite, they tend to more thrive in the land of Israel as opposed to anywhere else.
Yeah, beautiful because
the same thing took place in 2 Kings 17, right? So when the northern kingdom get depart, right, and Samaritans come, right, the animals of the land was tearing the asses up, the lions of the land was tearing the asses up. Why? Because them not supposed to be there, right? So they had to come and bring in Levi priests, right? Some of the Levi priests, right, who they went off, went into the captivity with the Northern Kingdom, and the Levi priests had to teach them the ways of the land because the animals was killing them off, right? So
So like a perfect example again, they use the perfect example of a law. What the Lord say, do, and roughly paraphrasing, do not the ways of the nations that are about to be spewed out of the land, lest the land should spew thee out.
Leviticus 18 and 1 or Leviticus 20 and 1, the one with the laws against sexual immorality. 18 and 1.
Yeah.
Right? I think 20 also mentions it, right? So Leviticus 18, it said, do not be, is either the first verse, I believe it's the first verse and the last verse. Do not the ways of the people that the land is about to spew out, lest the land spew you out as well. And so you understand part of the reasons why we were spew out of the land. But Lord, the truth, that the best land in the earth. That fertile crescent there, right? That area from the Euphrates River up to the is the northernmost, the one above Iraq. Tigris. I believe it's the Tigris River.
Nice, ChatGPT,
Right, but that piece of land which surrounded by them four bodies of water, that is the best place in the earth, right? So that was chosen to the Israelites, not for nobody else. That is
what the wisdom of Solomon 12 from 3.
yeah, good.
Okay, wisdom of Solomon, and yours, right, is the Tigris River. The wisdom of Solomon.
The Tigris River?
Yeah.
Right.
The wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12, and verse 3. For it was thy will to destroy by the hands of our fathers both those old inhabitants of thy holy land,
Right, so those who fit to live there.
whom thou hatest for doing most odious works of witchcrafts and wicked sacrifices, and also those merciless murderers of children and devourers of man's flesh, and the feast of blood, with their priests out of the midst of the idolatrous crew, and of the parents that killed with their own hands souls destitute of help, that the land which thou esteemest above all other might receive a worthy colony of Power's children.
So that is the ones who's supposed to be the Israelites. But continuing here, because you went tap into the this, which Carl Schwab labels it what the fourth industrial revolution, going to be a technological one, right? Because I skipped down here, it had 1 point to make above, but I wanted to tap into this one here to tie into the point we're making. It says the influence of technology and culture, that which gonna affect this next human evolution, right? It says technology is a new and powerful force that is shaping our future. Our adaptations may not be biological but technological and cultural. It says behavioral adaptations over physical. Instead of evolving thicker bones to lift heavier loads, we invented machines. Instead of evolving a thicker skull to protect against head trauma, we invented helmets. So what technology slowing down human evolution from a biological perspective, but from a technological perspective, that could speed it up. That's what they say.
A precept to that one. The second is just
The devices that will come into the
We catch it.
We catch
I
it.
get that one. Good.
I get it.
You get the devices that will come into the this one here, I'm finish it. It says the trend of smaller jaws and fewer wisdom teeth is a direct result of our ability to cook and process food, making a powerful bite unnecessary, right? Potential physical changes. Some theorists suggest that our reliance on technology could lead to subtle physical changes. For example, a more sedentary lifestyle, which I believe is, goes back into being mellow, right? To go back into being tame, what they say, or being dumbed down, right?
I know what you're looking for. Sedated.
No.
Sedated.
It's really, it is being done by design as well, killing the spirited men in the earth today, so nobody can go rise up against the government for all the shit they're doing. It's a word by one word. So you got I don't want to stick too long. If I remember it, I will say, right? It says docile.
Docile.
Right.
Yes,
They're
docile.
trying to make everybody docile through technology, right? It says, for example, a more said docile life cycle lead to weaker bones, while our constant interactions with screens could affect our vision and hand anatomy, such as potentially leading to longer terms for scrolling. Right? It says global gene pool, globalization and mass migration are breaking down the geographical isolation that once led to distinct population. As people from different continents intermarry at unprecedented rates, the human gene pool is becoming more interconnected and homogenized. This could reduce the genetic diversities in the long term, potentially making humanity a single, more uniform subspecies. Right? Right. Oh yeah, the precepts there?
Second is just 5. And reading from verses.
Right, so basically to sum up the thing biology at a mass scale, right, the human evolution through biology could go out the window to a mass scale to the point where men went from chimps to humans, so called, right, through the pseudoscience, what they explaining through the pseudoscience, which we break down in the first part, right. Men went from and I would say from chimps or bonobos to humans. Now, the likelihood that happening again is not so, how you say, sure, right? Because technology at the forefront, right?
Right. So the second is just 5. And we'll read from verses 48, right? Then said he unto me, even so have I given the womb of the earth to those that have been sown in their times. Which when you read earlier up, the angel asked a question to Ezra. Let we liken the world to a woman, and let we use a woman as an example. The more children a woman does make is the weaker and weaker she womb does get. And the children, which we're gonna get into, the more and more children she make, every child will be weaker than the first, and not as weak as the last.
Now, come here, saying we generation not as strong as we parent generation.
Yeah,
And the father, that's how you have me, the elders, our grandfather, great grandfather, our uncles, and to tell me, I cannot carry 10, 20 barrel of sand whole day up and down. You can't carry one.
The most elaborate stories are them getting to school. I'm telling you that, yeah.
Yeah,
It's had a run,
yeah.
say, it's had a run from New York to Los Angeles and still find a bus. And when I get a bus, walk to school to Manhattan, right?
The second,
Which I know much about as a school.
Manhattan
in New York, yeah.
So.
But that's the kind of math so your parents okay.
But they was built for it.
Yeah, they
in them
built for it.
times. We ain't built for that, we weak. Then said he unto me, even so have I given the womb of the earth to those that be sown in their times. For like as a young child may not bring forth the things that belong to the aged, even so have I disposed the world which I created. And I asked and said, seeing thou hast now given me the way, I will proceed to speak before thee. For our mother, of whom thou hast told me that she is young, draweth now nigh unto age, to the earth aging. He answered me and said, ask a woman that beareth children, and she shall tell thee. Say unto her, wherefore are unto they whom thou hast now brought forth like those that were before, but less of stature? So saying what? The children you're bringing forth now, not like the children of before, but they are less of stature. And she shall answer thee, they that be born in the strength of youth are of one fashion, and they that are born in the time of age, when the womb faileth, are otherwise. Consider thou therefore also how that ye are less of stature than those that were before you. And so
even look at how far Ezra's was back. The Ezra's generation was far stronger than even we father. All the heights we father talking of the older generation go talk them not on Ezra's and them level, and look Ezra's even saying he was weaker than generation before him. Right? So as you know,
I need one I was actually looking for too. Second is just 1417 if you could hold that.
Not anything.
Yeah, so go ahead. You're saying something?
right, even the psalmist what I mentioned that what the whole lifespan of man, roughly paraphrasing, is 3 score and 10 years and 4 score years by reason of strength. Right? But look at when man now start to walk up on the face of the earth.
900 years and
900, 800,
A man
700.
will live less than 600 years, I believe.
Right. I don't be when you do the research, a man was in less than 600 years for sure. Right. Based on what is written. Right. So what? Look at how long we was living back then compared to how old Ezra and them was living. David ruled Israel for 40 years alone.
Yeah, he died age 80.
Right. So come on.
70. David was 70 when he died.
70.
70
and
is a
that.
lot.
And he was, and look at when they were saying he was old, and he deathbed, they were saying that we are waiting for him when he was only 70. So come on.
The oldest man, I think the oldest man lived since the Lord cut down the time span was Moses lived to be 120. And he was still young. The Lord said, keep you telling him. He said when he died, his eyes wasn't dim. But that was a rare fucking case.
Right.
The average case, by the time you hit 25, man wouldn't walk in.
You know?
You wouldn't walk in by the time
Yeah.
they're 25. We looked up there that the average age at erectile dysfunction is age at 25. Madness.
See, madness. You see it at the same time. Madness.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, sir.
And imagine that thing good to eat back then, and David was still a old geezer when he was 70. Solomon would have even said that is vanity under the sun, which is that why I'm sure the real human evolution with about to take place via our Shemel Shai. Right? That's the third part. Because Solomon would have mentioned in the book of Ecclesiastes that is vanity for a man to establish a kingdom so great and then not live to see it for somebody else to come and either what? Get some glory which he didn't build up or destroy all the glory which was built. Right? Solomon said there's vanity under heaven. How we can remove that vanity and extend that vanity by being what immortal rulers?
And the scripture, talk about scripture and Sirach, I believe it say the king of fear, his son being in power. Because come on, I'm gonna get that scripture again.
Yeah,
So
I
it's-
forget the second is verse 14 and 17. Fair.
go ahead, yeah.
The book of second is verse
Which
14.
in a way Esau trying to establish his own form of immortality. That's basically what it's leading to with this final human evolution leads to immortality one way or another. And we know one way we level of immortality gonna survive, but with Esau's. Let's find out.
Right. In second is verse 14 and from 16. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. And again, when evils multiply in the earth, we see greater and greater deaths in the earth. For look how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein.
So the earth getting weaker and the place getting more evil. Imagine that.
And all that gonna lead to more death.
Yeah, get
Romans
that, Romans.
6:23.
Romans 8. Yeah, get Romans 8:22.
Romans 8:22.
Yeah.
In the book of Romans, chapter 8, and reading verses 22. For we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain together until now. And not only they, but ourselves also, which have the first fruits of the Spirit, even we ourselves groan within ourselves, waiting for the adoption, to wit, the redemption of our body.
Right, because what this body is only designed to die. Right, just to go off in continuous and perpetual sin. Solomon, as I make mention, said this is vanity. Right? So this body had to do away with for this rulership to be properly established, for true immortality to come, because the scripture make mention of righteousness is immortality.
All of this we know could come out again in the third part.
Right, well, we continue here. So I ask this question then. Right? Could the next form, because the gear, but we could go to another planet, except we know we're not leaving this earth to go to the next planet under Esauidom rulership, right?
That's
No,
not
sir.
possible. Set bounds that you cannot
Beautiful
pass.
set bounds that you cannot pass. So what we know is technology. So I just outright asked the question. I said, could the next form of human evolution come through technology? Answer here: yes, it is not only possible but increasingly likely that the next form of human evolution will be guided by or will directly involve technology. They want to cyborg everybody, right? Who they in delete, right? Who they send off to the spirit world, they want to cyborg. Go ahead.
The 2 Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. When you
Beautiful,
go to
that
our
devices,
devices,
we
it
said,
goes into plans. We
That
know that
devices,
this
we said, from
technocracy,
second
this
others.
fourth industrial evolution, this new
Get
age
it.
and new wave of technology that the world heading into is not going to be for anybody's benefit. They're
Right.
just going to be for what, as 2 Thessalonians says, for the man of sin to sit in the seat of God, in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. And we know the temple of God is who?
With
Men.
Yeah.
Again, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men.
And-
Through this,
and
he's
that-
going to be
that-
able to sit inside the heads of the Israelites.
Yeah,
That's not normal. Go ahead.
And I was I say, the kingdom of power is within you.
Right. So what he aimed to was sit he put in our next whole different meaning to sit on inside the cranium. That's what he was
It's based by that man in your head.
Yeah, he was.
What brother God does when he say it's gonna be in grok? The man wanna turn you into grok. He want to turn you into AI. These people, and if you don't believe who we saying, just look up Neuralink and look up first human trials. Them trying the shit on
Avoid
people.
the one where must have the interview with Joe Rogan.
That as well.
One,
These people.
We did peace, but I have a beautiful piece at the time, you know.
Second Ezra, chapter 9 and verse 19. Sorry, verse 18. Not 19, verse 19. For then everyone obeyed, but not a manner of them which are created in this world, that is made are corrupted by a perpetual seed, and by a law which is unsearchable rid themselves. So I considered the world, and behold, there was peril because of the devices.
Because of what?
The devices
You ever watch any
that will
because
come
the-
into it.
because not just the devices go into the plan, of course, beautifully, but it's also going to what the means by which you're gonna institute this, the technology. You ever watch any freaking movie where had they try to merge man with machine and ever end well? It's always ending some
Never
up.
end well.
We watch it start right, and I never watch this show in my life, right? I lie. I'm gonna lie. I never watched the first show in my life or care to pay attention to it till I came to the truth. I still didn't even watch the first show in my life in the truth, but I watched it start right, Terminator.
Yes.
Believe it, yes. Maybe Terminator Judgment Day. How it start off with wasn't in them in some dystopian society fighting cyborgs, fighting robots. Oh, you
so
think
that-
that could ever win well? But you know, say the perils that will come into the world because of the devices.
Look at
So
what you
it have one- it have-
Look how much, you know,
It
that
have one
beautiful.
next one by with Michael J. White and I think same Arnold Schwarzenegger. And he was playing a robot boy, or like
It's
an
not- it's not-
enhanced
it's
version
not-
of a robot.
Oh, is that one more time Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes?
Yes, that futuristic one as well. Where's that boy?
I can't remember my name around.
I can't remember
Wesley
the name of
Snipes ending up getting cyborg.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they did have
I watched that one
Sylvester
Saturday.
Stallone in the kind of cryogenic freezer. And he wake up after this long time to see the world and the state it was in. I can't remember the name of that movie, boy.
I get no.
But that movie is a perfect example of what is the Lord, not the Lord, but
Demolition
the Lord,
Man.
Demolition Man. Toward that movie is a serious movie because that is with the world heading into.
So like, I feel that movie get dropped in the 80s or the 90s, and I remember when they jump into the future, right? They carry it to the future in the movie. I think they show the year was 2020 something or 2030 something, you know.
Serious?
Yeah. When they carry it to the future, yeah.
You had to watch that one.
Right, so you see, that what they
sure
aim
it
to
was
do.
settled.
That is what they aim. That is what Esau is. Them aim to carry humanity into what? Not gonna be no apes turning into nothing no more. That done away with, right? Right? That done away with. Bringing some new form of pseudoscience. But get that Job, beautiful time to bring in the Job 20 and 21 Babukasha.
Yeah.
Even at 20 and 21, 20 and 27.
Yeah, it was there in 2032. So
Yes, yeah, 2022.
Bang!
right? Agenda 2030. I don't have to tell you about it. Klaus Schwab can tell you about it. Look up him at his fourth industrial revolution, what they aim to do via the fourth industrial revolution, right? Into cyborg, you motherfuckers. Yeah, Job 20 and 23.
When he's
And
about
don't
to
film it,
finish
yeah,
that,
beautiful,
then,
right.
yeah. When
So we
he's
know you're
about
not
to
gonna,
like,
ultimately, we know you're not gonna accomplish his enterprise.
but the Lord won't allow it.
The
It
Lord
is
not gonna
except
allow it.
no flesh should be saved.
Yeah,
And
so
those-
we try to come because he not coming here to save no cyborg. He coming here to save human beings.
Them
Like,
go fry foods. Them fish getting fried foods.
the Job 20 verse 23. When he is about to fill
Read
his
up,
belly,
I think it's also read out.
read from
read
see
from
what 20,
21.
see what 20 or 21 say.
surely, they verse 20, surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly.
Yeah,
He shall not
beautiful.
save of that which he
Read
desired.
from 19.
19.
Job
Yeah.
20, 19.
Yeah, 19, yeah.
You look at Job chapter 20, reading from verses 19. Because he had oppressed and had forsaken the poor, Israel, because he had violently taken away an house with homeland, which he
2-1.
right,
2 from 1.
right,
Yeah.
which he builded not. Because again, when they went into Israel, Israel was built up, and them fuck it up. First Maccabees could tell about our history.
All time that
Establish it as city Bible.
Right.
I think I have a Habakkuk 2 could be.
I know.
And I think it's that one in Psalms to be most I shall abhor the deceitful and bloody man.
Bloody and deceitful man.
Right.
God.
Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired. Again,
Aim to side his agenda. According to George Guide soon. To have the human population down to 500 million. I think that's perfectly manageable, perfectly trackable. So you see, they put the technology not imperfect because the Lord gonna be able to keep an eye on everybody. We're going to have billions and trillions of people in the kingdom to come. He's gonna be able to keep an eye on everybody, not just on the earth, but we believe on other planets as well. And you have all this technology, all these satellites, all of that. You say you can keep an eye on
the
everybody.
power as God. He have a God complex that he can't achieve. So it's a vain plan. Again, why did he range and people imagine a vain thing?
That's 2 and 12.
2 and 12, right?
And what? Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly, he shall not save that which he desired. Again, what? He will enlarge not his desires, death, and his hell.
And cannot be satisfied.
Right,
Habakkuk
right.
2 and 4. But 2
There-
and 6.
right.
2 and 6.
There shall none of his meat be left, therefore he shall not look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency,
Where is the fullness of his sufficiency when he aims to cyborg everybody via the MOTB?
right? He shall be in straits.
Shall be straight up because you shall go and catch him red-handed. The scripture make mention. He that stealeth a man and the man be found within his hand. Woe is the and
He
that
shall
hand.
surely be put to death.
Right, surely be put to that.
Yeah,
And
that's,
what's going to be found within Esau Edom's possession? The Lord's,
Israelites.
the Lord's bride, the Lord's wife.
Guys, I will tell you one time I could present that is Zechariah
Right?
5 and I was from 1. Then I turned
Because
and
there is like there is how it's going to take place, right? The fathership, right?
and then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold a flying roll. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll, the length thereof is 20 cubits, and the
So you see, like a beautiful light they bring on these chariots because Esau Edom technology that are bringing out before them cannot match up to the most high technology.
so I'm
To
bringing
the
up
point where
is that your horses are flesh and not spirit.
yeah, your horses are flesh and not spirit. So that's why they had to keep humanity down to a certain point. They had to have human beings technologically advanced so
To
they
be
can
able to
expand.
say who you are and things.
To have that as Fast and the Furious, so I make mention of
God's
because
eye.
God's eye.
Ooh, we have to do a video on that. I ask AI questions on that. We have to do a video on that. It's like a bag.
But so they basically want to God's eye everybody via the technology.
And
right?
they can't do it now until they chip everybody.
Yeah.
So they ain't ready for the war they want to start.
No way, no how they're ready for the
Them not ready to be God, but they're trying to fight God to take his position as God. Head shaking thing. Yeah, Job 20.
No, I don't finish it.
Yeah,
So that-
finish it,
so that-
and then you go finish and then you read more.
There's
Guys, that's something from Noah, you follow how I tell them.
Right.
These Zechariah 5 and from 1 again. And I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold a flying roll. And he answered and said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof is 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it. And the scripture say, and when I stealeth a man, he's found in his possession shall surely die. Exodus 21 and 6. 16 to water. And everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it. And I will bring it forth, say the Lord Abashim of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, going straight to Bozrah, and into the house of him that swear falsely by my name.
Is that as you shall speak great words against
the
him,
Most High and blasphemies.
No, the Revelation either 17, 13 or 18. 17 verse 13 of Revelation chapter 18 talk about who blaspheme God. That is Esau, Edom.
And it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with timber thereof and the stones thereof.
Babylon is burning now, it's burning now. Yes, sir. Finish.
Yeah. Job 20. In the fullness of its sufficiency he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. So
when you go into that,
when
when you go into that word wicked, they go into the what? Laborer. You know, the same wicked as when you're talking about Esau, Edom, I go into labor, and who's the laborers are here today? Jacob. Right, even have the Northern Kingdom brothers, the Mexicans, Issachar, right? Them need these people as well, chief slaves. Chief slaves, why? Because of how hard they does work. Well,
I also say what he is hired, you know, he working hardest.
So Israelites' hand gonna be upon him in time to come.
Is that I am Jeremiah 16 fishes to hunt.
Fishes
But
to hunt.
it have a next one too, I believe. It's in one of the minor prophet books. I just can't remember the wording of it right now. But the Lord will come back to me, but it did literally have a precept that brother and God call it in the morning I go I just can't remember the wording. If I get the wording, I'm sure we can find that precept. That's one thing. But again, the Lord gonna use his own people to avenge themselves upon the wicked.
Jeremiah 50 and 25. Yeah, my battle axes and my weapons of war. Not 51 and 20. So like 51 and 20.
Right? When he's about to fill his belly, power shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and he shall rain it upon him while he's eating. Where's this
That's in the
rain?
midst of this plan, right?
So that I just want to read this last precept here, verse 24, because it tells you what the rain is. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. Nuclear missiles.
So I'm going there. It says, right. So this is the central tenet of transhumanism. These transhumanists, right? You see Trump here at the head of it, right? He was speaking about going against the globalist agenda and elites. But when he come into power, he's surrounded by transhumanists. Why? Because that is the plan to evolve humanity next. Right?
As first Maccabees 5 and 15, they all agreed and gave it over to one man.
Look up where's transhumanism. Babu Koshado.
First
It
Maccabees
says
5.
a school of thought that posits humanity's future will be defined by the deliberate use of science and technology to overcome biological limitations. Right? Again, cyborg you all. This
First Maccabees 8 and 15. Moreover, how they had made for themselves a senate house wherein 320 men sat in a council daily, consulting always for the people, to the end that they may be well ordered, and that they committed their government to one man every year, who ruled over all the country, and that all were obedient to that one, and that there was neither envy nor emulation among them. So Trump saying how he was against this thing, but now he to get on in cahoots with them, because that was the plan from all. From the start of the scripture, say the beast the dragon give the beast its power. So the eventually just end up doing what the dragon say, and what the dragon say, fuck his job. Revelation 12 said that fuck his job.
So see, Trump is a man to, how you say, forward this transhumanist
Agenda.
throughout the year. Right? Perfect man. Well, not the man exactly, but the face of the operation right now, DJ Trump, right? And he and his, how you say,
Team.
yeah, his technocratic team, right? His transhumanist team, because just technocrats and transhumanists he's surrounded with. But so okay, you continue. It says this techno evolution would be a radical departure from the slow random, because what we are talking about, right? We open it up with this, the slow random process of natural selection that has governed human evolution for millions of years. So they're trying to speed it up. So-called human evolution are taking millions to hundreds of thousands of years. They're trying to get that done in 5-10 years, 2 years. Yeah, we just get rid of these people. We speed it up.
And what they ain't gonna really ever make them better. They're not,
It just putting in a greater form of slavery.
Yeah, basically, them form of human evolution is basically what humanity would end up in the greatest regression. What? Put your brain in that box and let some man just tell you to play video games whole into mind. So,
That is same, like you
keep no other civilization in humanity, whether it is you want to go with them, let me start with the real G's from Adam come all the way down to David and Solomon, or if you want to go with them with a psycho fuckery, the Homo sapiens and all kind of nonsense, if all of that shit was real, them kill all of it. Easy. Oh, you see with your brain in a box. Just playing video games holds any kind of evolution.
Because
what's it becoming? You're not becoming nothing.
Because that is it's a stereotypes in society. If you're a stereotype, what a loser would be. Right? You're telling a man who just committed to sitting down in front of a screen the whole day, he had a few pizza boxes with half the pizza, more than half the pizza remaining underneath his bed, and he just ordering more and more because he's too lazy to get the fuck up and eat the one he was already eating from last night. Right? Fucking sitting down and watching some madness on a screen. And playing Mario Kart, playing some fucking RPG game, right? Fucking fat as fuck out of shit. And what they want to do is just give you a chip in your brain for you to live for fucking ever. Keep doing the same loser shit. Immortal loser. It's like I'm a perpetual loser.
Right.
And I'll look it up. What is a loser? Slangs as insult in formal use. In everyday speech, especially as an insult.
So like that's how you know these people is fucking mad. These people have no right to be governing the fucking earth, babe. Because when the Lord
children rule over
God, that's beautiful. I'd say that when the Lord about to govern the earth, the people who gonna be the ruling class and authority in the earth is the most masculine top G.
It's gods, it's natural gods.
Yeah, that G supposed to stand for gods. Top gods. Right? When Andrew Tate talk about a top G, that is the 144,000 top Gs.
I'm not standing for shit.
Right? You think the average man in the kingdom gonna be some fucking loser behind us? What use would he be to us in the kingdom?
I was gonna say in the kingdom, and I have no fuck man on it. Because if it's not them running from whipping ass, getting them into shape, because hard fucking bondage and labor.
Right? Even the heathen's gonna be mad. Or this idea of how Esau Edom put the average man to be a fucking a simp and a loser like that. That far from thought in the kingdom. Because what was the command was Xerxes gave? Every man from least to greatest, the wife should be obedient unto them. If a heathen could give that order and that biblically proven or biblically backed, waiting we're gonna establish in the kingdom. So from just the relationship between man and woman alone gonna make men alpha.
So like what is again Proverbs 29:8, you know, when the wicked beautiful the people mourn, when the righteous are authority, the people rejoice. Right now the average state of the average man in a state of where it is mourn, weep, lament.
Yeah, nothing. You going home to, some of them say going home to our wife, and the ones who do go home to our wife can't get a meal, as you know, say, is back chat and all kind of talk. She's a fucking woman until she gonna make a meal, make a damn sandwich, can't make a sandwich.
And if you hear them some
hard, you run for discipline in your fucking property.
Madness.
But you see why
and Esau want to keep that same state forever.
He's a wicked man. See the girl I tell you about you, I hate that passion today. Don't mention she name. That is how she is. Lazy fat bitch. Get them after that, boy.
Them after that.
Let me continue.
That's the definition, yeah. In everyday speech, especially an insult, loser can refer to a person seen as unsuccessful, unmotivated, socially awkward, or not living up to expectations.
Right, so
But still, like, yeah,
unsuccessful,
still, like, right.
unmotivated, and not living up to expectations forever. That's your lot.
As a
Because
mo-
still, like, yeah, why does, because brother saying that that's this technology is to make it's to advance humanity and make humanity basically immortal cyborgs, right? How does that man deserve to be immortal? Because being immortal is supposed to be a flexion. And the king, that's a flexion.
And
It's
so
the
right,
visualization.
righteousness is immortal.
Righteousness in immortal. That is that is a flex. How does that man deserve that level of power? Because that is power as well. To
not
to
be able
never
to
be
die,
able
you
to
are
taste
power
that.
over death?
You are power over
Bad
that, right? You're trying to sit here and tell me that fat loser can't deserves immortality, or based upon your wicked agenda, just to fucking have he dumb down and those sides so you don't ever rise up against you.
a quick precept
That
after
makes
that
sense.
because too, because you
Some
say
version of immortality
It's
is retarded,
fucking
right?
war.
It's retarded. You're
It
immortal.
is given to retarded
So-
people to
so-
continue retardation.
Because
Because
that's the
literally
thing.
retardation means to slow down or dumb down.
Yeah.
You
So
should-
if things not as it rather be little, why does call somebody a retard? Because they're slow
They're not
compared
up
to
to
everybody
pace.
else, so they can't keep up with everybody else. So he basically aims to reward retardation and perpetuate it.
No, because I think this could be the first time if this is to happen, which I mean it's gonna happen to whoever receive it, Lord willing. Nobody here saying this video, nobody listening to this video.
none of the
Babu
beloved
Kasha.
brothers would take.
Yep, Babu Kasha, Babu Kasha, Babu Kasha, Yabashim Yoshai, Basham Kakodash. Nobody fall into that lot. But let me be real. Them former immortality is the only former immortality you're ever gonna see in the earth that men gonna wish to dead and not gonna be able to.
I have it here.
Right, man.
Revelation 16:1. I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the seven angels, go your ways and pour the vials of the wrath of Yahweh upon the earth. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the MOTD.
So that's 16 and 1?
16 and 1.
16 and 1.
Oh, 1,
Two and
sorry.
one.
Now reach 2. And upon them which worshipped his image. So that he think that if
You bow to
immortal,
this image which is being forwarded through tech, how the image speaking to the true technology, right?
Speak and both live. Basically, the whole system and the beast where you see today gonna become alive. Literally gonna be AI powered and everything. A building and freaking gear up in the sky, like literally lift off with some rockets or some jets somewhere and then set on somewhere else and then they got all kind of wait is the dude close show up. We say your highways gonna become parks. Them literally looking to make everything where you see and hear before your eyes literally be alive and operate for itself. So before you have to put your hand on a door and open it, now that door can open for itself. Like madness.
And not true
Mind control, like in
telekinesis
terms
or
of like some
like
natural
when,
of it.
yeah, like when kingdom come, we gonna be able to communicate through minds and things.
With the
But-
earth.
Right, we're gonna be able to communicate with the earth. We gonna have control of the elements. Same way we say the nation that will not come to Jerusalem to worship. We're not gonna cause the rain to fall. How we gonna be able to do? We're gonna have control of the elements. But is it going to be a wicked control over the elements or a righteous control?
A righteous
A righteous
Have to
control. I'm continue here because there are 4 points I make. I'll just list the 4 points, right? Because basically everything we've been saying, right? And then I'll go down to Noah, you've already said. We've been out of Revelation 13, we could close. Right? It says the 3 points here. It says the genetic engineering and direct evolution. Right? For the first time in history, we have the ability to directly edit the human genome. Right? Technologies like CRISPR, Cas9 act like a pair of molecular scissors, allowing scientists to cut and paste specific genes. It says the merging of humans and machines, cybernetics. It says this form of evolution involves a direct. Did they look up the transhumanism?
Yeah,
And
it's
they're
already-
beautiful, right? This form of evolution involves a direct integration of technology into the human body, cyborg, right, from the Justice League, right? We are already seeing the early stages of this. Brain brain-computer interfaces (BCI). It says companies like Neuralink are developing implants that can connect the human brain directly to a computer.
Which you have mentioned earlier.
Initially, this technology is aimed at helping people with paralysis control devices with their thoughts.
Yeah.
However, in the future, such interfaces could be used to augment human cognition, memory, or even allow for a form of telepathy through a shared network. By bionics and prosthetics, we have
So
advanced.
like say again, same thing Klaus Schwab said. But you will be able to think and feel what is he feel and all kind of heights.
It is bionics and prosthetics. We have advanced beyond simple prosthetic limbs. Modern bionic limbs are now directly wired into the nervous system, allowing for control with thought and even providing sensory feedback or speaking to the MOTB. Right? In the future, these could replace not just more lost limbs, but also imperfect biological ones, giving rise to cyborgs. And even though it said that, and that's what we're talking about, cyborgs, right? The whole revolution to team up.
Yeah,
for sure.
I waiting.
With enhanced physical capabilities, such as artificial intelligence and cognitive augmentation.
So that's when you read the precept there again. Cause as many as would not worship the beast that they should be killed, right? Again, people going to willingly worship the system through the mark of the system. Because again, when you go into that word mark, we just go into of idolatrous images. The mark of the beast, as Elijah Shawama always loves to bring out, is an idol itself. People going to say this mark, this potato, this potato seed is going to what? It's going to heal and fix humanity's problems. One day you're gonna wake up with cancer. You're gonna see on the news this thing can help people control things with a mind and all kind of things. And say, I wonder if I could take that boy. Well, not me. Them gonna take by the wonder boy if them could take that boy. And then what? Wake up one day, take it, and you have no cancer no more. You ain't gonna go and worship the beast after that. You ain't gonna say, but men gonna stand up outside hospitals and stand up on freeways and things. Signs up. Take the mark. This can save society. This can help humanity.
You see how they push the C19 vaccine?
Or like perfect example, like for me, what I love to say, especially with these people, with we people, Black Lives Matter. See how they get on for that? They could get on for that just in favor of the beast and the system and the miracles he gonna be able to work through the mark. And then
To be honest, them don't worship the beside.
exactly, just now they got bow down to it now.
And be real funny too when they take that and like 5 months later after a good maturity at the plant and take it. 3 months. 3 months after they don't take it. Alright, we say a week. A week after they don't take that.
You could turn off your heart with that.
Yeah, that was what I say. A week after they don't take that, most likely someone kill off a lot of people because he say he was
Revelation 6 is powers given unto the slave boy. It was I think a third of the population or something like that. Along them lines.
Revelation 6 and verse 4.
Second, let me just read this. It says the evolution of intelligence itself may no longer be solely biological. As AI becomes more advanced, it could become a tool for augmenting human thought. So what they're literally trying to influence the thoughts you have through technology. AI is an external brain. You already use smartphones and the internet to see gradualism. That's beautiful. See spirit working in the same way you think gradually. So we're using these things, we're using computers, we're using speakers, microphones, etc.
These things that look to use we.
That's
what them want. Them want them things that look to use we.
Or replace this thing with the CA panel. All of them things aim to be replaced with the CA panel.
So the CF could be a speaker, the CF could be a phone, the CF could be a money.
Because so like they say people would when smartphones was now coming out, speakers was now coming out there, we don't want nothing to do with that. We found as a perfect example. I never thought I'd ever see with a touchscreen phone in my life. Boom shot touchscreen phone.
Bang. Bang.
So you see, people we literally father is one of them geezers and them bruv. Right? People you see when people they think your old grandma, they think never use a tablet, never use any form of technology. When she cook and she said cutting up she vegetables instead of using a processor and
She said needing the flour
still needing the flour with she and I think she right?
She
Them-
can get it
yeah,
too.
she
Don't
can
feel
get
it
it
is slay utterly old and young, and
mm.
she can get it too. Don't feel she get anyway.
It
Everybody
says-
gotta get the judgment.
It says internet or use smartphones and the internet as extensions of our memory. In the future, AI can be more deeply integrated into our lives, providing instant access to information, helping us make complex decisions, and even augmenting our creativity or altering it.
Gross invasion of privacy.
It says, in conclusion, the next stage of human evolution is not just about what our bodies will do on their own, right? Because that's what they say, they're trying to move away with the bodies we eventually evolve to. But here we're going on, we're going to force that evolution. It says, what we will make them do. Technology offers a path to overcome our biological constraints, but it also raises profound ethical questions about inequality and what it means to be human. For the first time in our history, we have the power to consciously shape our own destiny, making the future of human. We never did, we never had that, never will. Right? It's all planned and working on the most side, yes. Making the future of human evolution less a matter of biology and more a matter of choice.
That lie
Which-
because if you read after a week of them taking that MOTB, yeah, they might see they're able to do this and able to do that, but then a week later, well, you make no payment here, just so your left testicle stop working. A week after that, your right testicle stop working.
Yeah, that's what they're going
Then they could be able to turn you on and off at will. At will. So they might give you complete control of your body in a way you never had it before. No?
Now, fuck
But
up, man.
if you are controller it, who else are controller it too? Not the man, the beast who put the chip in you in the first place. They feel he not gonna ever say what life you live after you bow to he.
Yeah,
That
fucking-
is the same thing God does do.
And
You
to cut you
so
off,
that-
he's a vile fucking man, so you don't know what kind of life you're looking at fucking a man living.
all kind of heights too. Because what transhumanism thing about the early liberty quick people. You don't
Forefront.
them gonna be the forefront of that as well. Them into that kind of
Yeah,
which
sure.
what Barack Obama says, it's a change of plumbing. You ain't gonna do a surgery no more. Just take the mark.
Or
And
suck your finger.
that could change your pipes there. That could put the elbow and the collar and everything could just fall into place. You know what I
Wait for
mean?
my male and a female.
Yeah, you gotta learn from a male and a female if you understand plumbing. And you gotta do it at your own will, and some men gonna have that happen to them against their will. Man, what? But that way you get because you wanna bow to the beast, you dumbass.
It says Klaus Schwab, right? I look up this.
Yeah.
Klaus Schwab, humans that refuse to merge themselves with technology will be extinct, right? Because I remember that quote. I believe it's either him or Noah Yuval Harari said it. But what artificial I do me, I give me here because no matter how hard I try to find that video, cannot find it.
On YouTube.
Yeah. I believe he said it in
Elon
his
Musk, I don't
fourth.
see it too.
I believe he said it in his fourth industrial revolution TikTok. I'll see if I
I
find
don't think it was them. I remember that exact thing.
You don't
and
think
I
it's
don't
them?
think it was them.
either of them.
Yeah, I don't think it was
Paraphrase
either
it,
of
say
them.
again, my thought.
Humans that refuse to merge themselves with technology will be extinct.
Yeah.
It says the quote humans that refuse to merge themselves with technology will be extinct is widely circulated online and attributed to Klaus Schwab. It says the founder and executive chairman of the World Economic Forum. However, there is no publicly available record of him saying this specific quote.
Which like that was on video. So if it's not available, it was there. Then take it down.
It says this statement is a condensed and often exaggerated interpretation of his views on the future of technology and humanity, particularly as described in his book, The Fourth Industrial Revolution. It says, right, he has also said that this revolution is more about than just technology. It is about redefining what it means to be human. His vision includes, as we read earlier,
The BCIs.
the brain-computer interfaces. He has written about and discussed the potential for BCIs to allow for direct link between the human brain and technology.
Which that already happened and is currently a thing in the world. Neuralink.
Genetic engineering. He highlights how advances in genetics such as CRISPR technology could allow us to edit our own biology. It says the Internet of Bodies. This concept refers to the integration of technology into the human body through devices like fitness trackers, implantable C-hips, and smart prosthetics. It says we misinterpret shit, right? says, in summary, while Klaus Schwab has discussed the possibility of a fusion of human and technology, he has not publicly stated that humans who refuse to... We heard it, bitch. We heard it. I'll see if I'll find it, right? And link it in the description, because I heard that before, right? I'm gonna get, right, let me see what Noah Yuval Harari said now. It says, or Yuval Noah Harari, right? It says here, Yuval Noah Harari, Hans, Salakia, it's supposed to put humans, Salakia. Humans are now hackable animals, no need for phantom God in sky. He said something along those lines. You see if artificial argument are back it. Right? When I done could all levels 23 and
Yeah, based on
that. It says the phrase humans are now hackable animals, no need for phantom God in sky is a statement that synthesizes several of Yuval Noah Harari's ideas into a single provocative line. While he has not used, you see, I hear that, I hear that, and they're now saying why he has not used that exact phrase. And so I go sit down here and make up a whole phrase, type that in there and say, you never said that?
But we catch you a long time, boy.
That's
I
right.
look it up the other day.
Because when you look it up,
I go for that. If I next week.
right, because I look it up and they see clips and clips and clips. Why can't you have a full video with him saying it?
All them things trying to get
Yeah,
strong.
they're trying to take it down, but I remember hearing that. What would make me type this in here? Anyway, while he has not used that exact phrase and the concepts within it are central to his work, here's a breakdown of what he has said and the context behind the quote. Humans are now hackable animals. Yes, we heard this, right? Well, he has used the term hackable animals to describe his view on the future of humanity. He argues that as we gain a deeper scientific understanding of biology, especially through genetics and brain-computer interfaces, we can be influenced and controlled in ways that were previously impossible, right? His argument is that a person's thoughts, emotions, and desires are not a result of a mysterious, unhackable soul, but are rather based on biological algorithms, right? So we believe man is just computers already, and he further want to tap into this, right? By gathering enough data on these algorithms, governments...
So that by some extension, he's somewhat right in the sense that they have an understanding about the human body that we don't have full comprehension of, because that information for now pertaining to the Most High, it is, and the issues of death belonging to the Most High, or pertaining to the Most High, that issues about the human body and the physiology and we make up and all these things that they know. And it's things to be studied and things to understand, but in the kingdom, you have no right to go and figure out who the fuck is you.
Solomon was given that knowledge as we went into the Wisdom of Solomon, the 7th chapter. Right. You could read that. He was given knowledge about the beginning, the midst, and the end of times, right? Namely how plants were made, how plants, the formation and the earth, the elements there, etc., etc., etc. He used that information to come and say, we're going to hack up all them motherfuckers, no?
And try and figure out the workings of the Most High.
Wicked,
them mad, man. Them either ones and them mad, crazy.
You gotta get rid of these people, right? These people wicked and crazy.
And menace to society. Them have no use being alive. None.
It says governments or corporations could eventually get to know you better than you know yourself. This ability to hack a human being could lead to a new form of surveillance and control, potentially creating the most totalitarian regimes in history.
Dystopian society. That is what they said, isn't it?
The start of the movie was Demolition. No. Well, yeah, that one was a totalitarian society when they couldn't do whatever. But
the Judgment
Terminator Judgment, they watch their movies, right? It says his argument is that a person's... No, read that. Right? He has famously presented a formula to illustrate this data. Biological knowledge by computing power by data equals the ability to hack humans. No need for phantom God in sky. This part of the code reflects Harari's view on the role of religion and deism.
Deism. That's supposed to be.
It's
deism, but
see what that says. Look up what that data and ism. It said a new form of religion he theorizes about in his book Homo Deus. Harari sees religions as large-scale shared stories that have historically allowed humans to cooperate and establish social order. He argues that traditional religions are often depend on the idea of a phantom god or a divine being that watches over humanity and provides a moral framework, right? In his view, the rise of powerful algorithms and data networks could create a new source of ultimate authority. They want to replace God. They want to become God. They wish to dwell within the Most High Temple. Second Thessalonians, the second chapter. He sits in the seat of God, showing himself that he is God. That is what he aims to do. The brother Marshall here loves to say it a lot. He has a fucking God complex. And he aims to, how you say, exact or work upon that God complex via what technology.
Trying to manifest it.
Trying to manifest his
basically
God.
he
Make
will-
himself God through technology.
Yeah, so yeah, make he will to be God a reality through technology.
So the same way the Most High does joy with us as the brother bring out beautifully earlier on, but Yahushua would have said in Matthew, I know you not that the temple of power is within you.
Right.
The Apostle Paul would have bring that out in 1 Corinthians 6 and 19. Know ye not that your body is of the Most High. Yeah.
You are not of your own. Yeah,
Yeah,
we get
yeah,
it.
yeah,
That First Corinthians 6:19. I get it.
I precept here.
Right.
John 17 and 1. These words spake Yahushua and lifted up his eyes to heaven and said, Father, the hour is come, glorify thy Son, that thy Son may also glorify thee. As thou hast given him power over all flesh, that he shall give eternal life to as many as thou hast given him.
I wouldn't want
They
them want to just be
they want to
God.
be Yahushua, they want to be Yahweh.
And they hate them, eh?
Mhm.
I don't. That is a strange one to me, but you
They
don't
say
like
I'm
this one.
impersonation the biggest form of flattery.
Yeah, that imitation is the biggest form of flattery.
Yeah.
And that not flattering the Most High. Them is think the Most High watching and want to strike you through.
I may say, thou thought is that I was altogether
Together
such
such
as
as
one
one
as
as thee.
thyself, but I will reprove thee and set thee right before thy eyes.
Them
said
kind
he got
of them
already
kind of
before.
thing is emo- them kind of thing the Most High wanna kill it, bring her back 4 generations later, just say head to get beat on a fucking stone and break and snap you back to life. One time
Let
after.
me read them 4 generations. You can come back one
One
fucking
time,
time.
you gotta
Bust that fucking.
So like
Go
at
ahead.
1 Corinthians 6:19, what know ye not that your body is the temple of the Ruach HaKodesh, which is in you, which ye have of power, and ye are not your own, for ye are bought with a price.
Where's our
Therefore-
price, Yahushua?
blood
Blood,
of
we
Yahushua
not bought
Mashiach.
with Esau, Edom, fiat currency or technology. We belong to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Right? These fuckers can't come and decide them what to do. The only reason they could even do this case you all didn't realize because the Most High allowing it.
Who he will let it, will let it.
Only
Until
a
it be
beautiful
taken-
thing
until it
be taken out of the way.
Yeah.
Right?
Verse 20, for ye are bought with a price, therefore glorify power in your body and in your spirit, which are powers, your body, your spirit, which is the scriptures called the father of spirit and the father of light, and your spirit is a light. All these things, put your fingernails, your hair in your head, your nose, your tongue, your toes, everything you have belong to the Most High, because he's the one who gave it, and these people will control over that.
It says, in his view, yeah, look up datism.
Yeah.
It says,
Datism is a term used to describe a new mindset or ideology that has emerged from the overwhelming significance of big data. It suggests that the universe is made of data flows and that the value of any entity, including humans, is determined by its ability to process and contribute to these data flows. So basically, I think the universe is like a big computer and every human being is some like a server. And
it
they're trying to hack the server to then demand money.
in his view, the rise of powerful algorithms and data networks could create a new source of ultimate authority that is based on data and not on a divine being. The data religion or datism would provide a new purpose for humanity to contribute to the global flow of information and will replace the traditional rules of power and religion in guiding human behavior. They aim to become God, right? In summary, the combined quote is an accurate though exact. Yeah, blase, blase. Fuck you all, right? Fuck all of you, right? The Most High gonna deal with you.
Revelation.
Best
13.
believe that.
Yep.
The Most High is going to bring severe judgment upon all of you niggas. Go ahead.
I don't believe what he immortal. Stand up in the fire.
Yeah, son,
Stand up in the fire.
You wish to be God, we're gonna show you a God like power. right? It's 1 hour your kingdom worth. All this shit you're about to bring up on the earth, all this chaos, and then bring it all that through a microchip, it is worth 1 hour. Best believe that.
I don't probably pissing me off the most of it. He spent years to
Decades,
fucking
centuries,
come to
millennia.
Revelation 12:12. That pissing me off.
centuries. He fucking up his brother Jacob. Let's see father to come back and say, "What you fuck up your son? Say you fuck up my brother. Say you fuck up your brother and my son. Take too hard fucking clubs. Too hard fucking clubs."
Yeah, so like in Revelation 13:14, and deceived them, verse 13.
Yeah.
And he doeth great wonders, so that he make fire to come down from heaven on the earth and in the sight of men, the nukes, Hiroshima,
Nagasaki, go
and
Atomic
right, and deceived them that dwell on the earth by means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast.
Give him that power. Yeah, wash him and shit. And when
Yeah,
that miracle's
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
come true.
Yeah, I'm blessing and he saw that man know how to fucking use weapons.
You know to kill, right?
We're gonna give and but the miracles going back into it. Ultimately that's we can trace technology in this time 1 for 40 time. And watch me try wash him kakash bakata. Go ahead.
I'm showing 12 on my phone, but it's 12.
Yeah. Saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast. So everything you're gonna see before, you're gonna be like unto the beast, which was this speaking about the ancient Roman Empire, which had the wound by a sword and did live, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many that would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. So
But
the
how
whole
it's
system,
speaking, how it's speaking today is via technology.
and the whole system we're gonna head into again, that artificial like Dumia, they're gonna literally power image that they had but since the Roman time that they bring back alive today. They're literally gonna make that alive through the technology, right? The AI,
And it's all gonna be accomplished via the 16th verse,
right? And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagma in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, so you're not allowed to live in the system, save he that had the charagma, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So the charagma have the identity of the beast on it. Basically like when you read Revelation 14, that had the name of the Father,
and the Son in the head.
and also when you read Ezekiel 9, it had what the mark of exemption, so the Father showing who it is belong to him. Right, that basically what this mark is, this charagma is set to do. Same thing. They're gonna have the name of who you worship and the number, so like they're marking it. Here's wisdom. Let him that had understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 600, 6.
And that is also going to what the barcode, right? You got the UPC barcode, right? Which is on all products where they're scanning a grocery.
Turning into a product, a perfect example. But again, why it had have a number on it as well. Think about the military. How they able to know who's who and differentiate? They just have your last name and your number. That be them going to tell you.
That's what you will say. That's what you will say. So you don't like, right? So you want to play God, and he best way to identify you, because when the scripture make me the most I could identify you through anyway. Always.
He know the exact hair follicle on your head. He know that.
The most high is a discern, are the thoughts and the intents of man. Right? The scripture make mention the eyes are the most high 10,000 times brighter than the sun.
It's in every dwelling place.
Right. So every single thing we have done, because the most high notice speak the end from the beginning.
Declare the end from the beginning. Exactly.
So like I saw here for quick with that, the second verse 16 and verse 66, 666. What will ye do, or how will ye hide your sins before power and his angels?
Right, so the most are able to see all of that. And how he saw it, I'm gonna bottle up that, because you can't do that. You can't tell me what I do last week. Right? Every single event that I commit last week or will commit tomorrow, he's not able to do that. So yeah, what's going on? He's just gonna make you a barcode and a last name.
And track you. Simple.
Right? But once you just go into the word mark there and then we could close.
Right.
We always do the G5480 charagma. It says a stamp and then printed mark. Alright. When you go into the Strong's definition, right, goes into Charax. G5482 says a pale or stake a palisade, right? So the Karax needle surround saw, if you're taking it in your head, is what's going to be used to install the charagma into your body, which the charagma is what? That MOTB micro seal, right? So Lord will, this video was edifying and that you were edified. In closing, let's say, Kal Halal Yamla Yahawa Basham Yahushai Basham Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of great medicine for pushing this doctrine in all sincerity and in truth. Or give us his doctrine in all sincerity and in truth. As always, I say, Shalom to the elect.
Shalom to the elect.
This was for your brothers
Mayasha Allah.
and Isaiah saying,
Shalom.
Shalom.